Hey, Dan Passarelli here. Happy Friday. Holy cow, do you believe it's Friday already? Well, the S&P 500 closed pretty much flat today, unched, as they say, with SPY closing at 689 spot 23. And, geez, I mean, there was barely any volume, barely any range today. Sitting right there at that 21-day moving average, that is a bunch of indecision, is what that is. But we did have some action in a couple of things today. And one of those things was Intel. In Intel stock, we had earnings come out, and we had the earnings conference call, which is, of course, the most important thing, more important than what the actual earnings are. And what management said is that there are some supply problems. They can't supply stuff fast enough for demand. And they acknowledged that that was poor management planning. On top of that, in 2025, they lost $5 billion on their foundry unit, which is the one that fabricates chips for companies that design them, much like NVIDIA does. And there have been rumors that they have a big whale of a customer, which would enable them to spend a lot more on capital expenditures to get that up and running better, which they express that they don't want to do until they get a big customer. So there's sort of this chicken and egg sort of thing going on. There's been rumors that they might have one, in the wings, but they have not announced such yet. So in the long run, it's probably a good problem to have, but in the short run, there's going to be some growing pains for this company. Now, one more thing that I found interesting today, silver, spot silver has topped $100. Now, I expected that to happen this year, but I didn't expect that to happen this month. That is quite a rise, and it's kind of squeeze-like conditions. I wouldn't say it's a total squeeze. There are some physical shortages and tight inventories, but it's kind of a similar thing. Demand is outstripping supply, but supply is supply. Also, there are some premiums on physical or spot silver versus paper. So it's not quite really a short squeeze, I wouldn't say, but it kind of is. There's just not enough supply there for the demand for it either. And so there's a good chance, and let's pull up a chart here, there's a reasonably good chance that silver is going to continue higher this year, and you heard that here first. This is Dan Passarelli. Trade smart and have a great weekend.